don't want you to dilute your or build that authority with your current client. You can currently keep pitching what you want to pitch because Dubai has many keywords. Somebody wants a beach, somebody wants a desert, somebody wants opportunity, somebody wants different things. That is fine. You can keep doing it honestly. But if you want to build a system where clients keep coming to you for one specific thing, you have to create online content on that one specific thing. Don't create generic content for everything. So content creation has to be focused, and you can pick a niche between 3 million to 10 million, 3 million to 7 million, if that is a mid-range that you're looking at. But I would not suggest you to go below 3 million, because whatever you do, 1 million will also become 2 million in next 2-3 years, 4 years. So what will happen is that your 2 million will automatically get upgraded. You will automatically get into that luxury market as well. You will get into that zone as well. If you want to do this is a maximum buyers are coming between 2 mil to 5 mil who are educated, sophisticated buyers. People, when they start, they are not going to put 10 million in one go. All right, guys, welcome everyone who's joined in. Hi, Nikhil. Hi, Wasim. Hi, Krunal, Shoaib, Ripin.
Good evening.
Hi, Ripin. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Great. All right. So one thing will come in the end. Keep in mind what are the new timings we should start for the webinar, because we're getting into Ramadan now. So next week onwards, we'll just make some changes. So just keep 2-3 options. We'll just do a poll in the end, so we all can join at the time what all of us decide. Hi, Anand. Hi, Bahram. How are you? Hi, Milan, Adrian, Pranav, Lenovo. Welcome. Just wait for 5 minutes and then we just joining in. Behram, I believe I had a word with you long time back. How are you doing? How's it going in Palm?
Are you talking to me, Aanant?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you. Yes, hi, Aanant. I'm very good, thank you. It's going well. I was just going to put myself off mute and just say to you that I really appreciate that you do these free webinars now. They're very helpful, and I think it's a great way for people to slowly see what you're about, and then hopefully in the future, book some private courses with you and take some private products with you. But I think it's a really good initiative of you doing these free webinars to teach people, about yourself and your expertise. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Behram. I wish you all the very best. You still focused on the Palm?
I'm focusing a little bit on off plan and the Palm now. So I'm trying to do like more social media for myself and slowly get into that realm of being a Palm expert. So mainly for secondary, yes, still the Palm, but also focusing on off plan as well, like trying to go more into off plan.
All right, nice. All right, that's the right way to go. Fine. So I think today's webinar is going to be helpful for you, and thank you for joining in. And we'll just start in like 2 minutes. All right. So it's time, and let's start. Okay. So today's topic is from just another realtor to authority, and how to position yourself as a specialist in 90 days. See, my name is Aanant Bisht, and I came to Dubai in 2018 to sell real estate. And it was one of the goals that I had. And I realized something very quickly when I decided to become a realtor. And it was that nobody grows up dreaming of becoming a realtor. See, when we were kids, nobody of our inner circle said, I want to grow up and I want to sell land, or I want to sell secondary, or I want to sell real estate. We all dream of being a pilot or an engineer. And we grow up, we take jobs or we start a business, we fail, we pivot. And somewhere along the way, many of us discover real estate, that this is something where we can make it big, not because it's easy, but because it gives us something powerful, and that is opportunity. And now real estate in Dubai, it's like on real estate on steroids. It's like Dubai gives you opportunity at scale, because Dubai does not promise you success. It gives you a platform to prove you deserve it. Real estate became one of the biggest vehicles for wealth creation for many expats, who came to Dubai and who were hungry to learn sales and psychology, and who had that, hunger that, yes, I can do it and I'll make it big. And without putting a lot of capital, this was a great opportunity. So that is the reason I came in. And that is the reason I realized that many of us come in and start selling real estate. Okay. So here, what the structure is that you can close one deal here and earn what some people make in 6 months or even in 1 year. That is not normal. That is rare. And that is powerful. But here's the uncomfortable truth: opportunity does not guarantee authority. And without authority, you remain replaceable. So today, 2026, we have around 60,000 plus agents selling Dubai. Soon, by the end of this year, we are expecting around 30,000 more to join in. But it is the same market, same developers, same projects, same brochures, and same portals. So the real question becomes, why should someone choose you in a crowded marketplace where everyone is competing for the same place? So the way you get differentiated is by the authority you become. Okay. When I started, I made mistakes like many agents make. I thought working harder would be enough, like more calls, more meetings, or more follow ups. But I realized something deeper. The biggest tool you have as a realtor is not your CRM, it's not your brochure, it's not even your database. It's actually your mind and your mindset. Because the way you position yourself, the way you choose, the clarity that you have, and the identity that you build yourself around that clarity, that changes everything. Because money flows to the person who believes they deserve it and they command it. Dubai allows you to become a millionaire in a week, in a month, and in a year for sure, if you do things correctly. But only if you prepare correctly. Like you get the right skills, you get the right mindset, the right psychology, and the right positioning. Because there's a massive difference between the realtor who sells and the authority who actually influences. Authority changes everything. When you have authority, people don't question your price. They respect your opinion. They wait for your availability. They value your guidance. Authority creates confidence, and confidence attracts your clients. Okay. So, authority, many people mistake it like, I want to shout out loud. No, authority is not about shouting loud. It's about being that trusted leader, being able to build that trust fast. And here's something powerful: authority is not given, authority is built. And how? It's built through clarity, it's built through specialization, it's built through volume, and it is built through consistency. So today we are going to break down how you can go from just another agent to a recognized specialist in 90 days. Not by magic, not by luck, but by structure. Because when your actually positioning changes, your perception changes, and when perception changes, your income flows. When you stop chasing clients and start building authority, clients start chasing you. So ask yourself honestly, are you here to survive in Dubai real estate, or are you here to dominate this space? Because this webinar is not about becoming average, it's about becoming visible, valuable, and actually unavoidable for the clients that you want to serve. And that starts today. Okay. So before we move forward, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen in next 45 minutes. Because if you don't know what to listen for, you won't hear what matters. In next 45 minutes, we are going to break down three things: why most realtors remain invisible even when they work hard. Point number two, how to position yourself as a specialist in one ecosystem within 90 days. And third part, the volume plus the identity model that makes you impossible to ignore. And then we will have a focused Q&A at the end, 15 minutes dedicated, where I'll answer your real practical questions. But here's something important: just because you've heard something before does not mean you know it. Knowing without applying is intellectual entertainment, it's not transformation. Many of you have already known that you should create content, you should create post, and you should specialize and you should follow up. You know it, but are you actually doing it? And if you are doing it, are you doing at the level that requires you to win at the level you want to? Because here's the truth about skill development. Repetition builds competence. Intentional repetition builds mastery. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of the systems that you are creating. And building authority is also building your system. Okay. And every time you visit and you come down to this webinar and you listen, something different clicks. One sentence, one model, probably one thought can shift your perspective. That one thought can become a belief, and that belief can become and change your identity or question your current identity. And probably you can take on the identity that you want to take by design. That identity will change your behavior and will definitely change your income. This is why learning is not about collecting information, it's about activating understanding. If you hear something today and think, oh, I really know this, pause, ask yourself, if you truly knew this, would your results look different? Because the market doesn't reward you for what you know, it rewards you for what you execute. And Dubai, especially, does not forgive half execution. This is a pressure market. It rewards specialists, it ignores generalists. So, for the next 45 minutes, I want you to be fully present and take notes. If something hits, write it down. The chat section is open.
No
If
problem. I
something
will.
challenges you, you can question it, and we'll take all the questions in the end. All right. So, I'll move forward with this, slide for people who have already been here. Just a quick question, quick roll call. So, who's here for the first webinar? All right, thank you so much, guys, for typing in. Okay, 4 time plus D Meher. Oh, hi Meher, how are you? Okay, A Anand, welcome for the first time. D Ripin, thank you. All right, so just we are just using the chat section here, just so that we all know, we all can participate. 4 time, great, Prachi. All right. Uh, Third time, fourth time, great. So I see you guys have been here before. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm sure that I want to add more value here. So we're just going to question all of these things again and see what is working and how we can build it up from here. All right. Thank you. One question: what do you really want in 2026? Type one word and why do you want it? Because why is more important than how. If why is clear, how doesn't matter. Okay. Earn money. Okay. How much? Everybody wants to earn money. Stability. Thank you, Meher. Why? 300K, Sunil. Thank you. Millions. Okay. Millions authority. I need more sales. Financial planning. Great confidence. Okay. Identity. All right. I love, how you guys are participating. This is exactly what we want here. More closed deals. Absolutely. Okay. So just get the why in. Why are we in Dubai? What do we really want to do? And why? What do we really want in 2026? Because we don't want to repeat what we did last year if we were not meeting the blueprint that we came up with. If the confidence was lacking, if the authority was lacking, if we couldn't do deals, if we were not able to reach our goals, then, and we have decided to do this, why did we decide to do this? Like, why is it so important for us? Because if you're not going to get that why clear in your own mind, how will not matter. So you are in Dubai, Marina, you strong enough reason to go to downtown. The question is not how. There is no taxi, you'll do something, you'll take a lift. Why is strong enough? You can almost achieve anything. How many times are you asking this question? Because your why has to become really, really, really strong enough. And I want to challenge you here. Why do you want to build that authority? That authority is the game. Why is it so important for us? Why? So that you want to be a magnet for clients, so that you want to serve clients at the highest place. What is it for you? You need to get this thing very, very clear, guys. Cold calling is not going to sort out things for you. Meeting people and doing that sales visit is not the end. These clients will host you, they will reject you, they will go down to the next client for a cashback. If your why is strong, things will move for you, because you don't care about the client, you care about your goals. Your why, if your why is strong enough, the clients will fall in line, you will be able to serve them, you will be able to generate the right commissions that you want. And it all starts with building your authority here. Okay. So this is one of the important pillars as a realtor in Dubai, that how do we build an authority and why is it important? All right. So I hope all of you guys are clear with the why perspective. So we'll just move forward with this now. Okay. See, we know this math, still putting it for people who are just coming in first time. 60,000 agents are already there. 30,000 more are coming in. If you are not building authority, you will be lost in the sea. If you don't stand out, you don't get, paid the way you want to be paid, because for behind every one buyer, there are 30 agents by the end of this year. So we need to be very, very sure about what we are doing and how we are doing it. The volume game. This is where things change. Okay. So authority about building here is this, that it starts with the word author. Author doesn't look for attention. They publish thinking. Authority is not talking. Authority is making the market think through you. The market will follow the clearest voice. So if you start perceiving, if you want to be perceived as an authority, think about the word author. Here we need to start creating content, creating our thought process, how we want to position ourselves, how can we use that creative thinking and give our point of view. So if you look at content online, this is all boxes. Okay, so if I would put all these boxes, nobody wants to open these boxes because they look from outside the same. But when you pick up a box, when you decide that I want to sell Dubai South, or I want to sell Wasal, or I want to sell Palm Jumeirah, or I want to sell any area, you take out that box and you give your point of view. That is valuable. That is creating content. That is publishing your thinking. That is giving you a perspective about how you feel about it. If you do it one time, nobody cares. If you do it two times, nobody cares. If you do it 100 times, people start taking notice. And that is where you start building your authority. Here comes the volume game now. If you want to build authority in this market, you need to become a specialist. You need to pick one ecosystem on the branding front. For example, if you take Dubai South, you take up, you go all in, then like how you play poker, like all cards in, especially on creating content, creating authority. Okay. So you talk about the airport, the villas, the plots, the breakdowns, 3 million versus 5 million versus 8 million, what investors can get, what end users can get, why should someone buy a 5 million property, should you buy off plan, should you buy secondary, buyers mistakes, what they are doing in Dubai South, why people are not getting the traction what they expected before they bought, why are they still waiting, what will happen in 2032, weekly Dubai South updates, the whole series. If you say Dubai South 500 times in 12 months, the market starts saying it for you. You will get that attention. If the goal is to make a million dirham, and we are looking at 50,000 to 100,000 dirhams in a commission value, we are looking between 20 deals, 10 to 20 deals in a year. I'm talking about net commission. If you make 500 pieces of content, we can't get 20 people to listen to what we are saying. Who is stopping you from making these 500 pieces of content? Why is it important to talk with your colleagues? Yeah, things are not working, clients are ghosting. Why are we wasting our time there? This is the time for you guys to create content, become authority, do that due diligence. Start understanding how can we create more and more differentiation about one single place. That is going to give you that specialization knowledge. When you start creating enough content, you become the algorithm. Okay, Mohammed? Because what happens here is you create content on YouTube, people go and buy a 2000 dirham product, people buy a 300 dirham uh, technology today, they go and they review the sites, they go and review the product, they go and check online. You think that someone who's going to buy a 3 million, 5 million, 10 million villa will not do their due diligence online? And when they find you, that you are talking about Dubai South, you are talking about what is happening in that area. You are talking about how the master community is coming up. You are talking about why walls and bricks are not enough. Master development is going to give you the maximum ROI. Much more what their realtor has shown them. What do you think is going to happen? If you help people take a decision and give them clarity, the possibility of them taking a decision through you becomes so much more. So this is something that you have to do. Whatever permits are required, you have to take those permits. I'm not asking you to go behind those permits. You need to take those permits, but you need to move forward with that perspective. See, I'll tell you a brutally honest truth today. Life before social media and life after social media. Life before social media, if you were really good, people would say, wow, that person is good. They would take out time. They would go and find that person. They would travel miles to find that person. And then they would do business with him or her. In today's market, the world is moving so fast. They don't, you, even if you're not so good, but you are available and you are accessible, you will do the business. This is what the reality of today's marketplace is. If you create enough content on one single area that you can choose and decide, and you dominate, you go all out, there is no distraction, there is full focus, and you commit to it. You write ebooks, you write blogs, you post, you create content, you go down deeper to the pain point of what the buyer actually wants or the seller actually wants, and you address that part. You will start getting some kind of traction. You will be the algorithm. This is what the reality is.
Please
Would
call
you
me in the morning, maybe?
Okay. Would you agree? Most agents don't fail because their content is bad. They fail because they don't do enough of it long enough. Thank you, Cesar. This is. Hi, thank you, Peter, for thanks, man. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is where we back out. This is where we feel, oh yeah, I'm not getting it. There are too many agents. No, there are only 3,000 agents who are doing it correctly. Rest are only creating noise. They are everywhere. Okay. So why a specialist beats a generalist? Generalist is I sell Dubai. Specialist, I own this one pocket. A specialist benefits are higher trust, easier follow up, stronger introduction, faster conversations, and they have less ghosting because more and more people are wanting to work with them. So when somebody approaches you, the person to ghost, the probability is anyways less because they have anyways got enough of your content and then they come down and reach out to you. They're somewhere, your content also helps them prepare their mind. How many of you have already got clients who were prepared and just wanted to buy from you, where all the work was done? If not, then you've not built that authority. If not, then you've not explained what you are doing correctly. You can talk about how someone from UK needs a lawyer to sell a property and resell it, but in Dubai, you don't need one. That content is valuable for someone who's grown up talking to lawyers about buying and selling. That value proposition is very different because you feel like, how does it matter? Like, for example, if you are selling blue waters and you are driving in your car from Burj Khalifa and say, this is Burj Khalifa and let me take you to blue waters, and you just drive on the way and you put it on a fast forward loop and say, this is how much time it takes actually. For someone who's buying blue waters who's not in the country, that is a valuable content. And who will create this content? Who's a specialist for blue waters, focused on selling blue waters or focused on selling Dubai Hills? I'm just giving you some perspectives. Your depth will create your dominance. And that is going to make you win over other realtors. And in fact, that is how you are going to get other realtors clients as well, because once they understand your certainty that they are buying peace of mind along with the real estate, everything changes for you. So 3 questions that create specialist content to build authority. Please answer. Okay, so not please answer. This is how you can answer these questions and position yourself as a specialist. Why do buyers choose this area? For example, whatever area you're choosing. What are three deal breakers here? Who is this not for? This turns you from agent to advisor or a consultant. And you can add multiple pieces of content. I'm just giving you something to start off with. Why buyers choose Dubai South? Because they understand the vision of Dubai. Many of the people who are in Dubai are investing in Dubai South. Why? It's more pocket friendly. They are also understanding the vision of where the country is moving. It's going to be the biggest airport. 100 things. It doesn't look so nice, but people in Dubai already understand that what looks deserted today can become an oasis in the future because they have seen it time and again. Who is this not for? Create content. Someone who's moving with a family, they want a school, they want 20 other things, they're looking for a downtown kind of a bustle. That is in the future. If you're looking for a story, it's not. So you create your pieces of content, and don't think that if you just make one piece of content one time it is good enough. No, you need to do it on a repeat basis. Some topics have to be spoken again and again and again. You need to break those structures for the client. Like, how much time does it take for a deal to get transferred? For someone who's selling secondary, this is the primary story, because the moment client asks you, you can send them a video. This content is not just about your authority, is not just about Instagram. Your authority is about having those FAQs and sending it to them and keeping them in loop and in your hook and with your attention. Because if you cannot get attention from people, you cannot do deals. Before people give you their money to get a deal, they need to give you their attention. Attention is the currency. Social media is a platform for attention. Video content is a platform for attention. And once you have it, your consistent reels, posts keeps them hooked. Because every time you're not going to call them and say, hey, you want to buy, you want to buy. Say, no, we'll do research on our own end. But you need to give them content so that they can upgrade their research and learn something new. Upgrade their research, learn something new. And then they will be in a point where they are ready. And if you help them all throughout, who do you think they are going to take the decision with? The probability is very high with you. So on a weekly basis, this is something that I would suggest. Simple and repeatable. Okay. Minimum 3 reels, minimum in a week. Okay. 2 carousel, one long post, and 10 stories. Okay. Like 1 or 2 stories a day. Okay. And WhatsApp broadcast. In fact, there is another thing that is called as a WhatsApp status. Many people don't use WhatsApp status correctly. If you are creating content, don't add up the developers video on WhatsApp status. Because when I look at realtors, I see hundreds of realtors having the same WhatsApp status. New properties coming, everybody puts the same brochures. Become different. This is the world of AI. It is just going to take you some time. We've already had these webinars before where we've understood how you can create content and make it more personalized. Make it personalized. Your reputation is built on repetition and how creative you can be, how you have that authority. Okay. So this is something that I would suggest you to do. And the invisible part is that belief changes your perception. When you decide Dubai South or any area that Dubai South is my kingdom, your brain starts filtering reality differently. You notice angles, stories, objections, patterns, all of them different. It's the same market, but different eyes and different confidence. You just have to change your lens, and the world changes. And we have all seen it. Like, if you have 100, if you have 5 clients in your pipeline who are absolutely ready to buy, and you're talking to them, how is your perception about the market versus when you don't have anybody? Doesn't it change your perception? What actually changes? Nothing. It's the same market, same place. But if 5 people are calling you to buy, you will think different. You will behave differently. That is what we are looking here. That is what we want to change. Okay. So this is what is the change that is required for us to do. So these are the two things which we have to work on. conscious and subconscious authority. So conscious is what you do, like your content, like you record and you post, scripts, prospecting, follow-ups, warm calls and cold calls, market knowledge, understanding, and the list goes on. I'm just giving you some perspective here. On the subconscious part, who are you? Your identity. When you become a specialist, you take up an identity. I'm a specialist for this area. People trust me. I'm chosen. I can handle premium clients. I understand this market better because you are getting validated as your knowledge increases. If identity doesn't match the level, you will always self sabotage your commissions. Always. Because your results cannot outgrow your self image. So this is becoming a specialist, going all in one area is actually helping your nervous system as well, because it is able to pinpoint. It is like, when we like a car or when we like a particular thing and we really program all in, what do? We keep thinking about that car, and then that car is there on the road all the time. Your subconscious starts filtering things for you. So this is what happens. Become a specialist and use these both the things. You need to program yourself subconsciously and you need to program yourself consciously. Okay, so for subconsciously, do those visualization. We've already had multiple webinars on this. Get the affirmations right, build affirmations for yourself. Okay, do the structured part. Okay, and on the conscious part, do the part of content, scripting, prospecting, all these things that we anyways do. All right, see, if you are not doing content correctly, then it's not a matter of that you're not doing it correctly. We are all have to learn and upgrade ourselves. Okay, so if you are posting and still invisible, it's usually one of these. You're not specific enough. You're actually not challenging and educating the market. You're not consistent. Your content is too generic. There is no point of view that you are moving ahead with. Okay, you don't follow up with your audience. Hey, I posted a last video, I'm talking about this structure, did you see this? Drop me a DM. Your identity still says like I'm small. And if it's not working, don't quit, just adjust the inputs. And here also there are a lot of beliefs which becomes a limiting beliefs which blocks us from doing this. Like, it's not working for me, nobody is following me, nobody likes what I'm doing, they will not buy. You don't get clients on social media. Clients are always with the old. These are all your self talk. These are all your limiting beliefs. I want to call it out. It is not true. There is no buyer today who buys and does not use Instagram. Everybody uses Instagram. They do the research of their property online before they take the final decision. It's a truth. So, what we need to do? We need to commit. Okay, we need to commit about what we want to do and how we want to scale up and what is the commitment level that we want to work with. Okay, so I'm just asking you guys to put it in the chat. What do you feel? My 90 days niche, my weekly volume, and my commitment level. If you can't commit in the chat, you will not commit in real life anyways. Okay, this is all for all of us to learn, all of us to understand that if we are not doing it now, it will become too late in 2027. AI is anyways going to, take over many of the branding aspects. People who are already doing it are going to get bigger and bigger. And if we don't build authority now, we will just lose it. So thank you so much, guys, for putting in. We will be taking all those questions in the end. How do we do it? If there are anything different, uh, Adnan, great. Thank you, Adnan. 7 pieces, Vasal, awesome. You can do more. I'm just putting 7 pieces. You can do 10, 15, 20. Okay. Rima, Niche, Dubai South, awesome. Okay. So Medan. Okay. So I also want to bring in one of the guests today, and I want to just you know get her on and just take her on. So I'll just take up Sessa. Sessa, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Anant.
Hi, Sessa. How are you? Okay, so
Great.
Sessa, I'll just give you a background about Sessa. So Sessa is a dedicated real estate professional. She has worked with big brokerages, and she has built her reputation on focusing on, premium clients and high-end villas through her market knowledge. With a background in economics and business administration, and experience in business development, she approaches real estate with a strategic mindset. Okay, and what she has done in last 2.5 months, she has positioned herself as a specialist for MROSs, where she's committing to the deep area in terms of understanding what is this villa community, what is required, what is not required. Okay, so I'll just take on says I'll just ask you 2 3 questions, just if it adds value to the viewers here, the people who are learning from where we are all learning together. Like, what
Yeah.
shifted once you decided to specialize in MROSs?
Yeah, so many things. So before that, I was just doing everything, and at some point you get like referrals and they're having so many requests, and then you're trying to pick up everything. But in the end, you end up like doing nothing basically. And I didn't really want to understand. And thanks to Anand, he pressured me, no, you requested me to choose one niche, and then I chose for the Oasis. And it helps really because I realized that the buyers, they are very knowledgeable actually in the market because they're making a big investment. And because of this, they're doing research all the time. So you cannot have just like one unit there, like one listing there, and then you have another listing somewhere else, and your knowledge is just scattered all over the place. So yeah, it really makes sense to focus on the niche, and in terms of knowledge as well, because the buyers, they know everything. They know which unit is sold. They know what is the price per square foot. They have their own projections for the capital appreciation, for the ROI and everything. So yeah, you have to basically.
Cesar, like, I'm just sharing your Instagram account here, just for people to see, how she started creating content, what changes happened. Okay, so just
Master communities. Now, what does it mean to live in a master community developed by Emar versus in other communities? Let me show you. If you like tennis, there's a tennis court right in front of your footstep. And if you get tired of tennis, you can also come to play football. Children play areas for your kids. And if you get bored of the indoor gym, there's even an outdoor gym. Designated areas where you can walk your beloved four-legged friends. And also lakes, water features, and lagoons. Even there are massive golf courses. You also have cafes and restaurants. So my point is, you're not just buying a villa, you're buying an entire lifestyle.
awesome. So, how difficult was it to start doing content again, Cesar? Like, becoming focused and, doing this content regularly versus before? Like, what
Yeah.
changed?
Well, in the beginning, I really didn't know what to do. I was like, what? I didn't know what I was going to say, basically. And then slowly, as you're having new ideas, you start to think of more ideas. Then actually, sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself, but then like you always say that no, it's okay because people, they don't remember anyways. You have to keep repeating it anyways. But it became easier now. For example, during this webinar, I'm like, as you're explaining things, I'm writing down the content ideas because I have it in my notes, like the list of content ideas, and then the day that I'm going to shoot, I have a bunch of ideas, and then I put them in ChatGPT. Please create like a real script based on those ideas, and then yeah. And also, as you're having more and more buyers and sellers, and they have specific questions, then that becomes a content idea as well. So yeah, in the beginning, it's like, okay, you don't really know where to start, but then slowly you start to get used to it. Yeah, so it got easier.
I think what you are doing with respect to content is great. Like, what do you guys think? Like, just give a shout out to Cesar, like how she's creating content. Just see, what do you think is going to happen if she keeps creating content like this for over a year, over 2 years, over 3 years? Like, will she become an authority in uh, the high-end villas? What do you think, guys? All right. Thank you. Absolutely. Super successor. Great. So I'm
Thank you.
just pointing this out because, it's important. Like in a market full of noise, clarity wins. And specialists don't chase clients. Clients chase specialists. Like if you are looking for exclusive units or early insights or private inventory or someone who understands the number, then you need a specialist. And someone who's going to put 10, 15, 20 mil, they want to work with a specialist. Okay. So I'm just going to put her Instagram link here. You guys can follow her, what she's doing. And if you are interested to work in a hand community and you are starting up and you want to learn to become a specialist and want to get into a premium segment, you can directly reach out to her, and you are free to work with between both of you if that works out for you. So I'll just put her link here. Is that okay, Cesar? I share your link.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Cesar. I'm just putting this in the link here. All right. So I'll just move forward with what we're doing, and we will be taking this forward, and I'll be coming to Q&As. Okay. So before we get forward, let's understand what did we learn in this webinar. So these are a few questions. What is the fastest way to become authority in the Dubai crowded marketplace? Okay. Can you see the screen, guys? Yeah. Okay. See, great. All right. Yes, Weber. Thank you. Awesome. Right. So you pick one niche and then repetition. Okay. So you don't become known by being occasional. You need to do it consistently. And when you keep doing it consistently, things will move for you if you don't give up. Okay. So quiz two. If you say I sell anywhere in Dubai, what happens? A, you attract more buyers. B, you look flexible. C, you look replaceable. Or D, you look experienced. E. Okay, I didn't give an option of E, Mohammed. All right. C. Okay, great. All right. I think that was a typo. Right. So flexibility feels safe. C is the right answer. Specialization build trust. Clarity converts. Okay. So this is what we want to do. And to be honest, guys, we just do it on the front end. At the back end, till the time we don't have enough inflow, we can sell multiple things. But we need to position ourselves as authority on the front end. Okay. I just want to make that clear. Okay. Last quiz question. If you create content for 30 days and see no result, what should you do? Should you stop, change your niche, or increase volume and improve clarity, or just blame the algorithm? I think someone mentioned earlier as well that we should blame the algorithm. C and D. Okay. Awesome. All right. So see, just understand this part. So we need to understand that we need to do the volume game here. We have to win. You can't say in 60 days that nothing is working. You've just started. Look at 1 year window. You look at all rich people. So billionaires plan for 10 years, multimillionaires plan for 5 years. Why should we plan for a month or 2 months? Why don't you plan longer? If you want to build a legacy, if you want to build a system, if you want to become authority and you want the clients to come to you, start building authority through volume. Okay. So before we come to the question answers, what did you learn from this webinar? Type one, your biggest aha moment in one sentence or something longer. I really appreciate that. And how do you describe this webinar? Okay. Powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prachi. Eye-opening. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope this is helping you because if you understand that you learned something today, uh, you would want to come back again, learn more, but also act on it and also move forward. Yeah, we'll look into it. Thank you, Seema. Okay. Thank you, Aisha. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for your thoughts. I am doing a quick intro about this because all my 1:1 sessions are closed now, and I don't have any slots there, and I don't think so. We will be running that program in the future. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking 2 minutes and just giving you a quick background about what I'm building up. So the one of the biggest pain points for realtors in Dubai is they are not able to immediately build authority. But one way they can start reaching out to more people is through calls. And many of us secretly know that phone is still the fastest way to make money in Dubai. But you avoid it. Why? Because you don't. It's not that you don't want money or you don't want success. It's because you don't feel sharp enough on the call. And here's the brutal truth: your income on the phone is directly proportional to your certainty in the voice. So, cold calling in Dubai is not dead, weak calling is dead. There are agents who close 3 to 5 deals a month still on cold calls today. And that's a skill, and that skill is learnable. So here's what I'm doing. Next week we are running another session, and before that I will be launching this product. So those of you who want to close 3 deals a month from the phone alone, here's the thing: I will give you this webinar program at a preferred price. You can type in the chat call and send a DM. And if you uh, want it and you want to learn cold calling, then we'll do it in the right way where you can learn multiple things. You will learn exact opening lines, tonality control, softness scripts, follow up, and conversion psychology. Okay. You can type in the chat call and my team will reach out to you for a special offer. Also, this is not for people who who don't want to call at all. This is not for you. This is for people who know that they hate calling probably but want to learn it, who want to be able to put the hard work, who want to do the boring stuff. Okay, who are tired of ghosting but still want to learn how what to say so that they get the secondary listings, or what to say so they can get the buyer hooked onto what has to come in the market. Okay, so this is my way of helping you learn this product. And also with this we will be giving you a program where you can learn affirmations and visualization and exact specific things which helps you upgrade your identity. Okay, so this is what we will be doing in. Okay, thank you guys for typing in. I will be sharing all these details with my team as we launch this program. Okay, so one quick question before we go to question answers. Ramadan is starting next week, and we will be shifting our webinar timing for 1 month. What would you guys prefer? Okay, 9:30 post iftar, any day of any other day except Saturday. Okay, or earlier pre iftar, because you guys are going to be busy. So great. If you have any other suggestions, please drop in. So what we'll do is my team will run a poll on this coming Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and wherever we get the maximum votes, we will choose that slot. Yeah, keep Saturday. Okay, so Saturday looks good. Great. Okay, so this is what we are going to be doing. This is what I have to share, and now I'm open for questions. So if any of you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to take the questions. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Yes,
Can
Musa,
I
please
go?
go ahead. All right, Prachi, you can go first.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. So my name is Musa. I started in real estate about 2 months ago. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I'm working as an intern right now. So
Mm-hmm.
what I've learned over the course of 2 months is, as you said, cold calling. I would say that's one of my strong points because my calling is, I would say, about 80. I would say, yeah. So I would
Mm-hmm.
like to ask you, like, how do I grow more? Because I'm working in real estate services and corporate services as well. And
Mm-hmm.
like uh, Yeah, so I've completed my RERA exam on this Thursday actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I just want to ask, how do I grow more? Because I'm 19 and I just
Okay.
started 2 months ago.
Okay. So Musa, you have a great advantage. You have age with you. First things I would suggest, don't look at real estate for 3 months or 6 months. Look at real estate where you would want to cash in a million a year plus. It's very much possible. How do you do it is either you choose an area or you choose a developer and go
Okay.
all in. Okay. So for
Yeah, so
example,
oh, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so as you said, I choose a developer.
yeah.
I've choose Azizi, and
Okay.
not I'm not really lying. I've choose the Dubai South as well. So I'm
Okay.
targeting these two
Okay. What is your goal,
areas.
Musa, this 2026?
So basically, I'm aiming to earn at least 250,000 around,
Okay. Okay.
and
And if I may ask you between 1 to 10, how committed are you to make 250,000?
yeah. So honestly, I'm not even lying. I get up at 5:45, and I reach
Hmm.
the office at around 7:45, and I leave the office around 5 o'clock. So that's how committed I am, honestly.
Awesome. So, but why 250? Why did you pick a number 250? Like, why not
Because
a million?
yeah, as you've said, what's the thing? Some things hold you back. I would say negative thoughts as well. So I'm
Okay.
still trying to look forward. So I would say 250 is a bit too much for my age as
Okay.
well. So I'm just looking around 250, inshallah.
Okay. So, Musa, I would just give you two, three pieces of advice.
How much for
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
what?
First thing, don't aim
40,
low.
right? Okay. And how many hours you can?
Okay.
Don't
Don't
aim
aim
for
low.
what?
What is the
Don't
total?
aim low. Okay.
Okay.
I'll, I'll just ask you simple thing. What you are doing, forget about your age. What
Yeah,
you are doing. Are people in Dubai making 100,000 dirhams a year in selling real estate?
more honestly,
Okay.
way
Some people
more,
are making, so you can say some people can be making 300,000 dirhams a year,
more, way more.
500,000, 1 million a year,
Yeah, more than a
more,
million, honestly. Yeah,
2
more than a
million a year,
million.
3
Yeah,
million a
more.
year,
I've seen
more.
more. Yes.
So the what I'm trying to bring to your attention is the problem is not money. The problem is not opportunity. The problem is that you don't know how to make a million or two or five. That is
Yeah,
why you're choosing yourself to buy yourself into a dream of making 250,000 because you've not made that money before. So this is a big money for you as well.
yeah, yeah.
Agree?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
what you have to do is you have to do the reverse engineering. What would it take for me to make a million dirhams? Who is making a million dirham today? What skill sets do they know? What authority do they have? How do they talk to the client? And who can help me get there? So my
yeah. Okay.
suggestion would be find someone who's already into that premium category.
Right.
And if you are interning, don't intern because your time is going to, you will still learn something. But is that the
Yeah.
right thing you have learned? I don't know. But if you
Okay.
learn
Yeah.
correctly, you can become in next 5 years a specialist of Abu Dhabi, a specialist of Shobha, a specialist of premium villas, or specialist of somewhere where you can go to the next level, where a deal makes you 40, 50,000. So if a deal makes you 50,000 dirhams, you just need five to achieve your goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How difficult it is to do five deals in 12 months if you create four pieces of content a day and do 50 calls like you are a day for 1 year.
Yeah. Okay. For a year.
Can you for a year?
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. That's fair enough.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
it. The idea is committed. So I came to Dubai in 2018. In 14 months, I had no background of Dubai. I sold 96 million worth of real estate, made over 2.4 million dirhams in commission. The people who were next to me said, "How are you doing it, Anant?" I said, "The only focus is because I don't, my yardstick is not how much have you made. I did not choose as a realtor because it was my dream when I was growing up. I choose to be realtor because I want to make money. And I will decide how much I will make, not my colleagues or not, what other people think. So if
Yeah.
your self-image is important for you, then you work according to that self-image. think like a millionaire, behave like a millionaire, you will make money like millionaire. If your company is not giving you that support to get to that level, ask your company, ki, hey, Mr. Manager, I want to focus on making 50,000 dirhams commission on every deal. I will do whatever it takes, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Please
Okay.
find a way how I can do this. And you can see my commitment for.
Um, so yeah, honestly, the thing is, the way I work is mostly people work on referrals. Yeah, so I blew a yeah, I blew one of that as well. Uh, I would say that was one of my poor decision making as well, because it was honestly a piece of cake, I would say, but I blew it. So can't cry over spoiled milk as well. So yeah, my company works on referrals.
So see, I'm just giving you idea. I'm not trying to diagnose the company. I'm just
Yeah,
giving you ideas. This is what you need to do. Okay. If this is not the right company, change the company. Or ask the company to do it. Or create content and run your own ads once you start making money. But create enough content, but get focused on place where you'll make at least 50,000 to 100,000.
okay, okay.
If your goal is to make 30,000, you'll do the company sharing, you'll get 10-15,000 in a, how will you make the money, yaar?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. I hope this answers your question, Musa.
yeah. Thanks, Anand. Thank you.
Most welcome. Wish you all the very
Can
best.
I go?
Yes, yes, please
Hi,
go ahead.
hi, Anand. Okay, so quick one.
Yeah.
Two questions. One, because I've been 15 years in the real estate market and I belong to this place, right? So specializing in a place has two problems for me. One, the inventory moves very fast, and if
Correct.
I'm exhibiting Dubai or sort of serving Dubai to people outside of UAE, I can't do one area. So does that make me a diluted this thing, or if I just sell Dubai, in my mind, I'm presenting Dubai, selling Dubai. This is one. Secondly, at my stature or my age or my profile of this thing, that does it have to be luxury only that puts me in a league? Can I do a mid-range product because I know that serves my clients better?
Okay. Fine. So, Prachi, just so that I understand you better, what you are saying is that you have two questions. First question is that you've been a realtor and you actually belong to Dubai. You've been here for last 15 years, and you uh,
No, I'm born
are
and
in
raised here,
yeah,
but
you're born
from
and
a
raised.
investing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
that's
you so
India.
you have a dilemma that it will liquidate if you just go for one thing versus the many. Correct. So I'll just answer that first question first. So the way I would like to answer this question is don't want you to dilute your authority or build that authority with your current clients. You can currently keep pitching what you want to pitch them because the Dubai has many things to offer. Okay, somebody wants a beach, somebody wants a desert, somebody wants a golf course view, somebody wants different things. That is fine. You can keep doing it 1:1. But if you want to build a system where clients keep coming to you for one specific thing, you have to create online content on that one specific thing that you choose. Am I making sense? Don't create generic content for everything. The content creation has to be focused, and you can pick a niche between 3 million to 10 million, 3 million to 7 million, if that is a mid range that you're looking at. But I would not suggest you to go below 2 million, because whatever you do, this 1 million will also become 2 millions in next 2-3 years, 4 years. So what's going to happen is that your 2 million will automatically get upgraded. You will automatically get into that luxury market as well. You will get into that zone as well. If you want to do this is a maximum buyers are coming between 2 mil to 5 mil, who are educated, sophisticated buyers. People, when they start, they are not going to put 10 million in one go.
Exactly.
They are,
So is it
they will,
okay to be a range
yeah, absolutely.
advisor? Let's say
Yeah, but
from 3 to
but
12
you,
or 5 to
yeah,
12.
but you position yourself as a specialist first. This is my suggestion for you. So you position yourself as a place where someone who's coming in, who you want to serve. For example, you can become a specialist in uh, Dubai South. Now it has a whole range of properties. Okay. So the strangers can come to you, you can address them, and then you can also showcase that, hey, I was born here and I saw Dubai like how I see Dubai South. where it was nothing, there was nothing, and it was a big dream, and they said that, this is going to happen, and that is going to happen, and we are going to build Burj Khalifa, and the downtown was nothing. And you can post some old photographs of yours, from your old stuff, and build that credibility. And they say, yeah, man, she's right, like she was there. I think we should speak to her, because our portfolio is big, but we want to start small, because the maximum money you're going to make is from strangers. The people you have were also strangers at one point of time.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so the strangers have got your money. You need to get the strangers to speak your language. That is where the money is going to be made. Because once you start getting 20, 30, 50 leads for one specialization that you've built, it takes 2 years for you. But after that, the work becomes very easy, because now you're just creating content. You're in that zone, like how Sessa is doing. Like Palm, if she just focuses on high-end villas for next 5 years, she can do Oasis, she can do all the high-end villas probably after that, because one place automatically gets the other guys, and say, yeah, man, like she's doing this correctly. Or how Adnan is doing it, like, he's focused on Palm, and he's just focused on Palm, but at the back, he's helping them in all ways. Am I making sense?
Right.
So my question is, like, how do we keep in mind the projects? Because as an agent, we have so many projects with so many locations, the layout, sizes, prices. So actually, it's been just 2 months here. So how to get that in mind, and how to learn the locations, maps correctly, so
See,
that
if
we
you
can, because unless we are not confident enough with what we have, what we can pitch, we cannot do the closures, we cannot deal with the client what he's requesting for.
So, Deepika, what are you doing? You're doing calls right now. You're doing
Yeah.
prospecting on calls. So, just wait for that cold calling. This
Mm-hmm.
thing we're going to be adding up. There's a lot of understanding which is mentioned there. How should you structure yourself? But to start off with, don't need to learn everything. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to know what you are selling. But what you are selling, you need to know it too much, like in detail, in depth.
Okay. Okay.
And then you need to call only those people and make them believe in it. So, for example, if you really believed that Burj Khalifa in downtown, probably
Mm-hmm.
20 years before, that something is going to come here, which is going to be the eye catcher for the whole world, how would
Mm-hmm.
you promote Burj Khalifa, even if it wouldn't be there? Right? You would go gaga about it. This is going to be the place. It's going to be, it's 3.8 kilometers of downtown. It's a circle which is going to be created. It is going to be the litmus, how Dubai real estate is going to be measured. All of these things, you have to say this with a lot of passion. Why? Because you would have understood it.
Yes.
So if you don't understand communities now today in that detail, you will just talk generic, and then you are replaced by anybody else who talks this. But
True.
your passion will say, listen, sir, you can buy Azizi, you can buy, Damac, you can buy Samana, you can buy Dugusta, you can buy anything. But if
Mm-hmm.
you don't buy Imar, this project, you don't buy this. I can't tell you how good this project is going to be. It's not
Okay.
about the money. It's about the lifestyle. It is about the, you can come up with 20 reasons, and they'll say, wow, man, what you are saying, nobody else is saying this.
Okay.
I
So I don't
sold
have
down.
to pitch in all the projects like.
I'll give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. So a client came to me, and he was, I just met him in a mall, and I took him to the sales center, and multiple things happened. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
we should buy something here. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
just buy something on a tourist perspective. He says, Anand,
Mm-hmm.
I've just bought a villa in Arabian Ranches too. I said, so what? We should always buy more. And
Mm-hmm.
I took him to downtown, took him to the sales center. I figured out a 54 on the 54th floor downtown views 2 unit, a 3 bedroom unit. Okay,
Okay.
nobody was selling it, 4.5 million. And he says, Anand, I don't want to buy this. But I explained him, and I said, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
When the photographs are going to be clipped, you're going to be there in that skyline. You can say anywhere in Dubai that this skyline, you can see my house. That small thing only triggered him.
Yeah.
You don't know what is going to trigger who. He not only
Mm-hmm.
bought 3 bedroom, he referred his friend to also buy a 2 bedroom there on the same floor. All I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to say is that you need to really go deep in the project.
Okay. Mm.
Am I making sense for you?
Definitely so.
Don't learn the whole market. You'll waste time. In 1 year also, you cannot learn Dubai completely.
Yeah. True.
Okay, it's moving very fast. All right. So do
Mm.
that. That project is going to come, and then things are going to change. All right. Wasim, I'm just going to take your question. I'll just take it from Milan and then Anand here. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Most welcome, Milan. Deepika. Yes, Milan.
Hi, Mr. Anand. Thank you for this very power-packed session. My concern is, normally I'm more into the information and the numbers, right? So,
Mhm.
what is the reliable source of information? Like everyone says, the DDA or DLD website and DXP Interact and all. So, if there is any other, platform or any other sites that we can visit for the reliable information that we can speak up in our post or in our videos. Any
Adnan, are you
suggestion?
there?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Adnan, would you take this question for me, please?
Yeah, sure. See, actually, it's again comes down to being a specialist in one community, because when you take the DXB Interact data, you will see outliers which are so badly outlined that it can distort even a buyer's mind or conversely the seller's mind. But if you are the specialist of that particular area, you know why that outlier transaction happened.
Right.
And then that data becomes valuable for you as a weapon.
Can you simplify this, Adnan, for everybody, please, here?
Yeah.
Like,
So for example, in Palm, okay, you can see on the same front with a difference of just maybe 5 numbers, okay, between two villas, there is a transaction, one at 30 million, plot size is the same, 30 million, and another transaction at 70 million. Okay, there could be a difference of hardly 5 or 8 numbers between those two villas. So now the 70 million transaction distorts the mind of a seller who wants to give a listing, and the 30 million price distorts the mind of a buyer who wants to buy a villa. So if you know that why that 70 million villa sold at 70, and what are its upgrades, renovations, and specs, including that which builder, because now even things, it has become a matter of prestige that who is the architect and construction company, that those companies have built their own reputation.
okay.
Yeah, so this is I mean, at least on Palm, this is something which is really helping
So,
us.
is there any official channel, Adnan, where we can have a look? Would you recommend anything?
So DXB Interact is pulling the data directly out of land department, and actually they've done us a bit of a better service. They've blocked out the apartment and villa numbers for direct customers. It is now only accessible to be viewed by authorized agents. So when we print a report, we have the actual apartment or villa numbers which the buyer cannot access anymore.
All right.
The normal person who's not a registered agent.
Okay. Okay. Milan, does it answer your question?
Yes.
Can't speak, Anand. I have some difficulties as well. Okay.
Hi,
I'm not. Okay. Hi, Lubana. Okay.
how are you, Anand?
Very well. Thank you so much. Yes, please go ahead, Lubana.
Yes, my question is I'm working in real estate and I have been in this 2 years. Okay, I have sold already many deals, but still my confidence is not boosting. My confidence is very low. I scared from my owners, from clients, but I have very good information, knowledge, everything, but I cannot explain that. I cannot speak. Words income
Okay.
in my mind, but did not come to out from my mouth.
See, Lubana, that can be a totally different. We will have a discussion only about how do we build
Done.
confidence.
I can.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just watch the webinars here. My idea here is to
Yes.
empower you with basic identity, so that once that identity builds up, confidence naturally will become a byproduct of that. Okay. If you
Yes.
have knowledge about it, if you know what others are doing, you will act confident. Okay. And it is something where we have to position ourselves as a specialist. We learn more, like more about it. You have to learn communications probably to sound more confident. If you'll sound confident, you'll be confident. There are multiple ways how you can become confident. Okay. So we'll take it at a totally different webinar topic in the future. Okay. And then you can do it. Meher is also giving you some suggestions here. You can just check in the chat. But there are a couple of things which we will discuss it in detail about how do we build confidence if you are a new realtor. Sounds fair?
Thank you.
Most welcome. Yes, Navid, I'll quickly take your question.
Hi, Anna. I want to ask a question. To become a specialist in one specific developer, what key points should we focus and learn? You know?
Okay. So the whole idea is about, if I may ask you, like, what exactly are you looking to become specialist in? Secondary or primary? Sorry, secondary or yeah, primary.
Off plan.
Off plan. Which developer?
MR.
MR. So the way how you, what is the information required? Start with, if you are selling a current project, what is the information that you would need to sell this project? Write it down, create content, keep writing, keep creating content. By 10 days, you will have enough story. Second, talk to the sales agent, understand what are the FAQs client can ask, look and observe what people are doing. Okay. And when the questions come where you don't have answers, ask the sales agent, he'll help you. Third thing, what you can do today is use chat GPT. Ask them questions. I want to know more about this developer. Tell me 5 unique facts which will make me a specialist. Chat GPT will give you a better answer in this with specific information about what you're looking at. Okay. Learn that. You will become you will start positioning yourself as more intelligent than anybody else. Does it make sense?
Yes, thank you so much.
Most welcome. Yes, Malyadri, I'll just take your last question.
Hi Anand, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, actually I am fresher for real estate. Recently I joined, almost 27 days is done, and
Okay.
I started already videos creating and content, and I am doing the. I have some data and I'm calling the daily regular customers and all, but I'm unable to get the still client. Have any changes we need to do, or we need to do something?
Okay. So I didn't get your question.
Yes, Ananda. I only 1 month is done. Recently, I joined it, BMW Real Estate Development, and
Okay.
I already started videos and Insta, Facebook, and
Enough.
social
Got
media
it. What is
everything.
the question?
And I'm not getting any one client in proper, not inquiring anything. But we need to do any other way, or we need to do
You
something else.
need to consistently keep doing what you are doing. Get your content right, get the pieces right, speak to people who already have content. When you're going for a site visit, create content there, put stories. Okay. Get to the owner, get an interview with him, speak to them, tell him that, today I'm working with my manager. He's already sold $1 billion worth of real estate. Let me just ask him 3 questions. Why should buyers buy in Dubai? What are they doing? So I think you're focused on selling Russell Khema, or you're focused on selling everything else?
Dubai and Russell Khema, both.
Russell Khema. So just pick one niche, go all in. Why Russell Khema? What is going to happen? How is it going to do it? What are the 5 problems which people are facing? Why they are not buying versus why they should buy? Okay. People who bought, what should they do? There's a lot of inventory which is going to come up. Will the casinos come in? What will it change for people? What will change if? So create all that content. The idea is about longevity. It is not a sprint. It is marathon.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, got it.
You will make,
Thank
and
you.
keep upskilling yourself. You will break out.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right, guys. I'll take your leave today. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm sorry I'm not able to take these questions. Sophia, next time we'll take those questions. And we'll catch in next week. I'll put in the topic. Let me know what you would want to vote in, and we'll take up. Okay. Any last question? One.
Anand,
Okay. Yes,
just
Irfan.
Anand,
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, Sophia.
Anand, just 2 minutes of yours. I'm so sorry. Apologies. Just 2 minutes. Like, I've been 7 to 8 months in real estate. I'm
Mhm.
doing well. Like, I'm getting leads, good leads. But the thing is that I'm facing issue regarding that I cannot stretch the call for the clients, stretching the conversation, converting them, like that. So in that scenario, what can you guide in that sense?
Okay. So first thing, Sophia, have you done my Invisible Influence free program?
No, not that.
Okay.
I've not done that.
Okay. So all people who are freshers here, please go through the entire program. It will just take you 2 hours. Learn it. Apply that. Even Lubana, apply that. Your confidence level will shoot up. Okay. Because you
Okay.
can ask the right questions. You can understand what to ask. You maneuver the conversation by the questions that you ask and the influence you
Hmm.
create when the client answers those questions. Okay, do that part.
Hmm.
You will automatically be in a different position. Let me know next week how was it.
So
Sounds fair?
one last
Okay.
question. If the
Yes, yes,
client
Deepika.
asks if the client asks they need ready to move and we are dealing with off plans, how to convert them into off plans?
Don't convert them. Build a network. Someone who's specialist in that area. Give that lead to them. Take a commission from them.
Okay.
Yes.
You will not be able to convert them. Don't waste time, but don't waste that lead. Build network.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so
Wish you
much.
all the
Thank you so
very best.
much.
Anand, I'll take your question next time when you can take up a mic and speak. Quick question, please. Okay, 1 plus 11
Yeah,
RRFJ.
Mr. Anand, good evening, sir. Anand, good evening. Sorry to bother you last moment.
Tell me.
I have got some 3 leads in India actually, and I'm supposed to go to pursue them. So they are good dealers in automobiles and those things. I just want to ask you a small question that what mostly should I emphasize them? That first of all I've given them the ROI returns and those things. I'm a freelancer actually. I'm connecting for leads with agents and directly indirectly, right? So can you just give me a small emphasis that that I can persuade them, what that ROI is good and you get these benefits, and I made them very clear, and they told me to come down with the content, things like that, so with the brochures and things. So can you just give me a small answer for that, more what I can emphasize them, other than the benefits here. Yeah.
Can I know your name, please?
My name is Irfan, Mr. Anand. I'm sorry, I just yeah.
Okay, Irfan, so what I understand what you're saying is that you are meeting some distributors in India.
Yes,
and
exactly.
You already have a lead, and these are automobile company owners probably who are distributors, and you have given them a complete understanding about how does the ROI work in Dubai, and you are looking for a reference-based business through them, like a channel partner, where they give you the clients and you can close it and pass them the commission. Is that correct?
That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah. That's right.
So here what you're doing is you're doing the right thing, Irfan. This is a good way of building a channel. The only way you will be able to actually take that lead and close is again by positioning yourself as an authority. Because what's going to happen is someone who's buying a BMW or someone who's buying a luxury cars in India, they would know somebody or they have already visited Dubai before. If you don't sound like a specialist and you don't stand for something unique, even though they give you the reference, they will not close through you.
Understood. Okay.
So first of all, you need to tell this thing that guys, we are doing this. We have to sell this. Dubai is vast. There are 10 things which you understand overall, and we have to sell Dubai. And the moment we sell Dubai, the second thing we are selling is this developer or this property or this area. And these are the 10 reasons why we are selling this versus anywhere else. So you can segregate into 2 parts. One part you can segregate into someone who's looking for a long-term return. So long-term return, we take them to Dubai South. For a short-term return, we take them to Creek Harbor or 10 other places we can take them to.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Okay. Just specialize on those 2 areas.
Yeah.
Get some perspective. Get a ticket size between 2 million to 5 million. Okay. Keep some options. Go down to them. Don't make fake promises. Tell them you will make money 4 to 6% in rent.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
you make only 5 to 7% in foreign exchange. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Fine. Great. That's fine. Okay. I'll try to make this way. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Mr. Anand. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really took your time. I'm really sorry for that. Thank you. And it was a really nice webinar. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, guys. See you. Bye, Adnan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Meher. Bye,
Thanks.
Peter.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for explaining. Thanks a lot.
Bye, Gurpreet. See you. Take care.
Bye, Anand.
Bye.